I actually don't think I've heard that before, is just ask the person that is the cash buyer, that is using their own cash, if they would be willing to lend. How has your lender relationships changed throughout your real estate journey?
I have it just is the weirdest, easiest, best relationships ever when it comes to lending. So a long time ago, somebody said something like, if you're working with somebody as a wholesaler and they're a buyer, just ask them hey, would you ever be interested in lending on something like this? And just see what they say. I don't have anything in mind specifically right now, but in the future, would you ever be, because clearly they have cash to buy something. Mm-hmm. So would you also be willing to lend money? And so I asked that question to a guy in the West End where we were walking a house that he was going to purchase for me to flip. And then he was like, I've never given it any thought. Let me get back to you. And a couple days later, he's like, yeah. And now he's my sole source of funds for the last, X number of years. And I'm sure I could find cheaper money, but why? Why? I want him happy.
Right.
I want him to retire. He's retired now. I want him retired, and I want him to travel the world on this joker's interest from now till the end of time.
Right.
Because I'm thankful for him. So anything I can do to make his life better, right, I'm happy to do.
And you guys know how each other operates. You know the expectations on each deal. And I've never been a fan of stirring the pot to save a couple of bucks. Now, if it gets unreasonable,
right.
then that's one thing. But if it's maybe you could find it cheaper, again, just like any other company, you can always find it cheaper.
Sure.
But is that necessarily who you want to do business with?
Yeah.
And I think if you have this lender relationship in place, you don't have to go anywhere else. It's unlimited capital for what you need. And you know exactly how they work, their paperwork and everything, and you're keeping each other happy. That's incredible.
It goes back to ease. You were asking, what's it like for certain people to work with you? I'm like, do you make it easy for me? I want to work with you more now.
That advice you gave is pretty solid. I actually don't think I've heard that before, is just ask the person that is the cash buyer, that is using their own cash, if they would be willing to lend. Now, there's a fair amount of private lenders out there, and they make themselves pretty accessible. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you might be able to have that real awesome relationship with that cash buyer that would rather lend at this point in their career or their timeline, investing timeline.
Yeah, and there's been seasons where I've tapped him out, or he's been investing in other things. And so I've gone to other lenders here locally in Richmond, but then on top of that, now I have a reputation.
Right.
A good one.
Right.
So they're yeah, let's have a conversation. I was hoping maybe one day you would call, because they're yeah, because I'm convinced you're actually going to give me my money back.
Right.
So it's good now.
It's a good bet.